groundnut, sesame, soya bean, and sunflower. This will cover research for high-yielding varieties, widespread adoption of modern farming techniques, market linkages, procurement, value addition, and crop insurance. Dairy development. A comprehensive program for supporting dairy farmers will be formulated. Efforts are already on to control foot and mouth disease. India is the world's largest milk producer with but with low productivity of milch animals. The program will be built on the success of existing schemes such as Rashtriya Gokul Mission, National Livestock Mission, and infrastructure development funds for dairy processing and animal husbandry. Matsya Sampada. It was our government which set up a separate department for fisheries, realizing this will help in generating employment also. Promoting investments. The FDI inflow during 2014 to 23 was $596 billion, marking a golden era. That is twice the inflow during 2005 to 14. For encouraging sustained foreign investment, we are negotiating bilateral investment treaties with our foreign partners in the spirit of First Develop India. FDI is First Develop India. Reforms in the states for Vikasit Bharat. Many growth and development enabling reforms are needed in the states for realizing the vision of Vikasit Bharat. A provision of 75,000 crore rupees as 50-year interest-free loan is proposed this year to support those milestone-linked reforms by the state governments. Societal changes. The government will form a high-powered committee for an extensive consideration of the challenges arising from fast population growth and demographic changes. The committee will be mandated to make recommendations for addressing these challenges comprehensively in relation to the goal of Vikasit Bharat. Amrit Kal as Kartavya Kal. Our government stands committed to strengthening and expanding the economy with high growth and to create conditions for people to realize their aspirations. Honorable Prime Minister, in his Independence Day address to the nation in the 75th year of our Republic, said, and I quote, "We commit ourselves to national development with new inspirations, new consciousness, new resolutions as the country opens up immense possibilities and opportunities. It is our Kartavya Kal." Unquote. Every challenge of the pre-2014 era was overcome through our economic management and our governance. These have placed the country on a resolute path of sustained high growth. This has been possible through right policies, true intentions, and appropriate decisions. In the full budget in July, Honorable Speaker, our government will present a detailed roadmap for our pursuit of Vikasit Bharat. Revised estimates of 2023-24. The revised estimate of the total receipts other than borrowings is 27.56 lakh crores of rupees, of which the tax receipts are 23.24 lakh crore rupees. The revised estimate of total expenditure is 44.90 lakh crore rupees. The revenue receipts at 30.3 lakh crore rupees are expected to be higher than the budget estimate. reflecting strong growth momentum and formalization in the economy. The revised estimate of the fiscal deficit is 5.8% of GDP, improving on the budget estimate, notwithstanding moderation in the nominal growth estimates. Budget estimates for 2024-25. Coming to the year 2024-25, the total receipts other than borrowings and total expenditure are estimated at 30.80 and 47.66 lakh crore rupees respectively. The tax receipts are estimated at 26.02 lakh crore rupees. The scheme of 50-year interest-free loan for capital expenditure to states will be continued this year with an outlay of 1.3 lakh crore rupees. We continue on the path of fiscal consolidation, as announced in my budget speech of 2021-22, to reduce fiscal deficit below 4.5% by 25-26. The fiscal deficit in 2024-25 is estimated to be 5.1% of GDP, adhering to that path. So the gross and net market borrowings through dated securities during 24-25 are estimated at 14.13 lakh crore rupees and 11.75 lakh crore respectively. Both will be less than that in 23-24. Now that the private investments are happening at scale, the lower borrowings by the central government will facilitate larger availability of credit for the private sector. Vote on account. I'll be seeking vote on account approval of the Parliament through the appropriation bill for a part of the financial year 2024-25. I will now move to Part B. Honorable Speaker, sir, over the last 10 years, the direct tax collections have more than trebled and the return filers swelled 2.4 times. I would like to assure the taxpayers that their contributions have been used wisely for the development of the country and welfare of its people. I appreciate the taxpayers for their continued support. The government has reduced and rationalized tax rates. Under the new tax scheme, there is now no tax liability for taxpayers with income up to 7 lakh rupees, up from 2.2 lakh rupees in the financial year 2013-14. The threshold for presumptive taxation for retail businesses was increased from 2 crores to 3 crores. Similarly, the threshold for professionals eligible for presumptive taxation was increased from 50 lakh rupees to 75 lakh rupees. Also, corporate tax rate was decreased from 30% to 22% for existing domestic companies and to 15% for certain new manufacturing companies. Honorable Speaker, sir, in the last 5 years, our focus has been to improve taxpayer services. The age-old jurisdiction-based assessment system was transformed with the introduction of faceless assessment and appeal, thereby imparting greater efficiency, transparency, and accountability. Introduction of updated income tax returns, a new Form 26AS, and pre-filling of tax returns have made filing of tax returns simpler and easier. Average processing time of returns has been reduced from 93 days in the year 2013-14 to a mere 10 days this year, thereby making refunds faster. Indirect taxation. By unifying the highly fragmented indirect tax regime in India, the GST has reduced the compliance burden on trade and industry. The industry has acknowledged the benefits of GST. According to a recent survey conducted by a leading consulting firm, 94% of industry leaders view the transition to GST as largely positive. According to 80% of the respondents, it has led to supply chain optimization, as elimination of tax arbitrage and octroi has resulted in disbanding of checkposts at the state and city boundaries. At the same time, tax base of GST more than doubled, and the average monthly gross GST collection has almost doubled to 1.66 lakh crores this year. States too have benefited. States' SGST revenue, including compensation released to states in the post-GST period of 2017-18 to 2022-23, has achieved a buoyancy of 1.22. In contrast, the tax buoyancy of state revenues from subsumed taxes in the pre-GST four-year period of 2012-13 to 2015-16 was a mere 0.72. The biggest beneficiaries are consumers, as reduction in logistic cost and taxes have brought down prices of most goods and services. We have taken a number of steps in customs to facilitate international trade. As a result, the import release time declined by 47% to 71 hours at inland container depots, by 28% to 44 hours at air cargo complexes, and by 27% to 85 hours at seaports over the last 4 years since 2019, when the national time release studies were first started. Tax proposals. As for tax proposals, in keeping with the convention, I do not propose to make any changes relating to taxation and propose to retain the same tax rates for direct and indirect taxes, including import duties. However, certain tax benefits to startups and investments made by sovereign wealth or pension funds, as also tax exemption on certain income of some IFSC units, are expiring on 31/3/2024. To provide continuity in taxation, I propose to extend the date to 31/3/2025. Moreover, in line with our government's vision to improve ease of living and ease of doing business, I wish to make an announcement to improve taxpayers' services. There are a large number of petty, non-verified, non-reconciled, or disputed direct tax demands, many of them dating as far back as 1962, which continue to remain on the books, causing anxiety to honest taxpayers and hindering refunds of subsequent years. Honorable Speaker, sir, I propose to withdraw such outstanding direct tax demands up to 25,000 rupees pertaining to the period up to financial year 2009-10 and up to 10,000 rupees for financial years 2010-11 to 2014-15. This is expected to benefit about 1 crore taxpayers. 1 crore taxpayers would benefit out of this. Economy then and now. In 2014, when our government assumed the reins, the responsibility to mend the economy step by step and to put the governance systems in order was enormous. The need of the hour was to give hope to the people, to attract investments, and to build support for the much-needed reforms. The government did that successfully, following a strong belief of nation first. The crisis of those years has been overcome, and the economy has been put firmly on a high, sustainable growth path with all-round development. It is now appropriate to look at where we were then. I repeat, it is now appropriate to look at where we were then till 2014 and where we are now, only for the purpose of drawing lessons from the mismanagement of those years. The government will lay a white paper on table of the House. The exemplary track record of governance, development and performance, effective delivery and Jan Kalyan has given the government trust, confidence and blessings of the people to realize whatever it takes, the goal of Vikasit Bharat with good intentions, true dedication and hard work in the coming years and decades. With this, Honorable Speaker, I commend the interim budget to this august House. Jai Hind.
उसे मेंबर पोर्टल पर भी उपलब्ध करा दिया जाएगा। माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी,
Honorable Speaker, I present the interim budget for 24-25. The Indian economy has witnessed profound positive transformation in the last 10 years. The people of India are looking ahead to the future with hope and optimism. With the blessings of the people, when our government, under the visionary and dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, assumed office in 2014, the country was facing enormous challenges. With Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas as its mantra, the government overcame those challenges in right earnest. Structural reforms were undertaken. Pro-people programs were formulated and implemented promptly. Conditions were created for more opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship. The economy got a new vigor. The fruits of development started reaching the people at scale. The country got a new sense of purpose and hope. Naturally, the people blessed the government with a bigger mandate. In the second term, our government, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, doubled down on its responsibilities to build a prosperous country with comprehensive development of all people and all regions. Our government strengthened its mantra to Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas. Our development philosophy covered all elements of inclusivity, namely social inclusivity through coverage of all strata of the society, and geographical inclusivity through development of all regions of the country. With the whole of nation approach of Sabka Prayas, the country overcame the challenges of once-in-a-century pandemic, took long strides towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, committed to Panch Pran, and laid solid foundations for the Amrit Kal. As a result, our young country has high aspirations, pride in its present, and hope and confidence for a bright future. We expect that our government, based on its stupendous work, will be blessed again by the people with a resounding mandate. Inclusive development and growth. Our humane and inclusive approach to development is a marked and deliberate departure from the earlier approach of provisioning up to village level. Development programs were thus provisioned. In the last 10 years, however, have targeted each and every household and individual through housing for all, Har Ghar Jal, electricity for all, cooking gas for all, bank accounts and financial services for all in record time. The worries about food have been eliminated through free ration for 80 crore people. Minimum support prices for the produce of Annadata are periodically increased appropriately. These and the provision of basic necessities have enhanced real income in the rural areas. Their economic needs could be addressed, thus spurring growth and generating jobs. Social justice. Our government is working with an approach to development that is all-round, all-pervasive, and all-inclusive. Sarvangin, Sarvasparshi, or Sarvasamaveshi. It covers all castes and people at all levels. We are working to make India a Vikasit Bharat by 2047. For achieving that goal, we need to improve people's capability and empower them. Previously, social justice was mostly a political slogan. For our government, social justice is an effective and necessary governance model. The saturation approach of covering all eligible people is the true and comprehensive achievement of social justice. This is secularism in action, reduces corruption, and prevents nepotism, prevents Bhai Bhatijawad. There is transparency and assurance that benefits are delivered to all eligible people. The resources are distributed fairly. All, regardless of their social standing, get access to opportunities. We are addressing systemic inequalities that had plagued our society. We focus on outcomes and not on outlays so that the social economic transformation is achieved. As our Prime Minister firmly believes, we need to focus on 4 major castes. They are Garib, Mahilayein, Yuva, and Annadata. Their needs, their aspirations, and their welfare are our highest priority. The country progresses when they progress. All 4 require and receive government support in their quest to better their lives. Their empowerment and well-being will drive the country forward. Garib Kalyan, Desh Ka Kalyan. We believe in empowering the poor. The earlier approach of tackling poverty through entitlements had resulted in very modest outcomes. When the poor became empowered partners in the development process, government's power to assist them also increases manifold. With the pursuit of Sabka Saath, in these 10 years, the government has assisted 25 crore people to get freedom from multi-dimensional poverty. Our government's efforts are now getting synergized with energy and passion of such empowered people. This is truly elevating them from poverty. Direct benefit transfer of 34 lakh crore rupees from the government using PM Jan Dhan accounts has led to savings of 2.7 lakh crores of rupees for the government. This savings has been realized through avoidance of leakages prevalent earlier. The savings have helped in providing more funds for Garib Kalyan. PM Swanidhi has provided credit assistance to 78 lakh street vendors. From that total of 78 lakh street vendors, 2.3 lakh have received credit for the third time. PM Janman Yojana reaches out to the particularly vulnerable tribal groups who have remained outside the realm of development so far. PM Vishwakarma Yojana provides end-to-end support to
सदस्यगण, बजट के बाद राज्यपाल अभिभाषण में आपको पर्याप्त अवसर दूंगा। मेरा आपसे निवेदन है, नहीं माननीय अखिलेश जी, आपने संसद की मर्यादा को आप बना के रखें। कभी बजट भाषण के अंदर इस तरीके का नहीं हुआ, ये उचित नहीं है, ये उचित नहीं है। अखिलेश जी प्लीज, मैं आपको मौका दूंगा राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे, प्लीज। नो, ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है। नो, राज्यपाल अभिभाषण पे चर्चा होगी। नो तरीका।
Honorable Speaker, I present the budget for 25-26. This budget continues our government's efforts to A. Accelerate growth, B. Secure inclusive development, C. Invigorate private sector investments, D. Uplift household sentiments, and E. Enhance spending power of India's rising middle class. Together, we embark on a journey to unlock our nation's tremendous potential for greater prosperity and global positioning under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. As we complete the first quarter of the 21st century, continuing geopolitical headwinds suggest lower global economic growth over the medium term. However, our aspiration for a Vikasit Bharat inspires us, and the transformative work we have done during our government's first 2 terms guides us to march forward resolutely. Our economy is the fastest growing among all major economies. Our development track record for the past 10 years and structural reforms have drawn global attention. Confidence in India's capability and potential has only grown in this period. We see the next 5 years as a unique opportunity to realize Sabka Vikas, stimulating balanced growth of all regions. The great Telugu poet and playwright Gurujada Apparao had said, "Deshamante matti kadoy, deshamante manushuloy," meaning a country is not just its soil, a country is its people. In line with this, for us, Vikasit Bharat encompasses zero poverty, 100% quality good school education, access to high quality, affordable and comprehensive health care, 100% skilled labor with meaningful employment, 70% women in economic activities, and farmers making our country the food basket of the world. In this budget, the proposed development measures span 10 broad areas focusing on Garib, youth, Annadata and Nari, spurring agricultural growth and productivity, building rural prosperity and resilience, taking everyone together on an inclusive growth path, boosting manufacturing and furthering Make in India, supporting MSMEs, enabling employment-led development, investing in people, economy, and innovation, securing energy supplies, promoting exports, and nurturing innovation. For this journey of development, our four powerful engines are agriculture, MSME, investments, and exports. The fuel, our reforms, our guiding spirit, inclusivity, and the destination, Vikasit Bharat. This budget aims to initiate transformative reforms across 6 domains. During the first 5 years, these will augment our growth potential and global competitiveness. The domains are taxation, power sector, urban development, mining, financial sector, and regulatory reforms. Agriculture as the first engine. Now I move to specific proposals, beginning with agriculture as the first engine. Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agri-districts program. Motivated by the success of the aspirational district program, our government will undertake a Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana in partnership with states. Through the convergence of existing schemes and specialized measures, the program will cover 100 districts with low productivity, moderate crop intensity, and below average credit parameters. It aims to 1. Enhance agricultural productivity, 2. Adopt crop diversification and sustainable agricultural practices, 3. Augment post-harvest storage at the panchayat and block level, 4. Improve irrigation facilities, and 5. Facilitate availability of long-term and short-term credit. This program is likely to help 1.7 crore farmers. Building rural prosperity and resilience. A comprehensive multi-sectoral rural prosperity and resilience program will be launched in partnership with the states. This will address underemployment in agriculture through skilling, investment, technology, and invigorating the rural economy. The goal is to generate ample opportunities in rural areas so that migration is an option but not a necessity. The program will focus on rural women, young farmers, rural youth, marginal and small farmers, and landless families. The details are in Annexure A. Domestic best practices will be incorporated, and appropriate technical and financial assistance will be sought from multilateral development banks. In Phase 1, 100 developing agri-districts will be covered. Atmanirbharta in pulses. Our government is implementing the National Mission for Edible Oil Seed for achieving Atmanirbharta in edible oils. Our farmers have the capability to grow enough for our needs and more. 10 years ago, we made concerted efforts and succeeded in achieving near self-sufficiency in pulses. Farmers responded to the need by increasing the cultivated area by 50%, and government arranged for procurement and remunerative prices. Since then, with rising incomes and better affordability, our consumption of pulses has increased significantly. Our government will now launch a 6-year mission for Atmanirbharta in pulses with a special focus on Tuar, Urad, and Masoor. Details are in Annexure B. Central agencies such as NAFED and NCCF will be ready to procure these 3 pulses as much as offered during the next 4 years from farmers who register with these agencies and enter into agreements. Comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits. It is encouraging that our people are increasingly becoming aware of their nutritional needs. It is a sign of a society becoming healthier. With rising income levels, the consumption of vegetables, fruits, and Sri Anna is increasing significantly. A comprehensive program to promote production, efficient supplies, processing, and remunerative prices for farmers will be launched in partnership with the states. Appropriate institutional mechanisms for implementation and participation of farmer producer organizations and cooperatives will be set up. Makhana Board in Bihar. For this, there is a special opportunity for the people of Bihar. A Makhana Board will be established in the state to improve production, processing, value addition, and marketing of makhana. The people engaged in these activities will be organized into FPOs. The board will provide hand-holding and training support to makhana farmers and will also work to ensure they receive the benefits of all relevant government schemes. A national mission on high-yielding seeds will be launched, aimed at 1. Strengthening research ecosystem, 2. Targeted development and propagation of seeds with high yield, pest resistance, and climate resilience, and 3. Commercial availability of more than 100 seed varieties released since July 2024. India ranks second largest globally in fish production and aquaculture. Seafood exports are valued at 60,000 crore rupees. To unlock the untapped potential of the marine sector, our government will bring in an enabling framework for sustainable harnessing of fisheries from Indian Exclusive Economic Zone and high seas, with a special focus on the Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. For the benefit of lakhs of cotton growing farmers, I am pleased to announce a mission for cotton productivity. This 5-year mission will facilitate significant improvements in productivity and sustainability of cotton farming and promote extra long staple cotton varieties. The best of science and technology support will be provided to farmers. Aligned with our integrated 5F vision for the textile sector, this will help in increasing incomes of the farmers and ensure a steady supply of quality cotton for rejuvenating India's traditional textile sector. Kisan credit cards facilitate short-term loans for 7.7 crore farmers, fishermen, and dairy farmers. The loan limit under modified interest subvention scheme will be enhanced from 3 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees for loans taken through the KCC. For Atmanirbharta in urea production, our government had reopened 3 dormant urea plants in the eastern region. To further augment urea supply, a plant with annual capacity of 12. India Post with 1.5 lakh rural post offices, complemented by the India Post Payment Bank and a vast network of 2.4 lakh Dak Sevaks, will be repositioned to act as a catalyst for the rural economy. Details are at Annexure C. India Post will also be transformed as a large public logistics organization. This will meet the rising needs of Vishwakarmas, new entrepreneurs, women, self-help groups, MSMEs, and the large business organizations. Our government will provide support to NCDC for its lending operations for the cooperative sector. MSMEs as the second engine. Now I move to MSMEs as the second engine, which encompasses manufacturing and services with a focus on MSMEs numbering 5.7 crores. Currently, over 1 crore registered MSMEs, employing 7.5 crore people and generating 36% of our manufacturing, have come together to position India as a global manufacturing hub. With their quality products, these MSMEs are responsible for 45% of our exports. To help them achieve higher efficiencies of scale, technological upgradation, and better access to capital, the investment and turnover limits for classification of all MSMEs will be enhanced to 2.5 and 2 times respectively. This will give them the confidence to grow and generate employment for our youth. The details.
योगदान करने वाले 1 करोड़ से अधिक पंजीकृत एमएसएमई मिलकर भारत को वैश्विक विनिर्माण केंद्र बनाने के प्रयास कर रहे हैं। ये एमएसएमई अपने गुणवत्तापूर्ण उत्पादकों के साथ हमारे निर्यात में 45% योगदान कर रहे हैं। एमएसएमई को अधिक व्यापक पैमाने पर दक्षता, प्रौद्योगिकीय उन्नयन और पूंजी तक बेहतर पहुंच की सुविधा पाने में उनकी सहायता करने के उद्देश्य से सभी एमएसएमई के लिए वर्गीकरण से संबंधित निवेश और कारोबार की सीमाओं को क्रमशः 2.5 और 2 गुना तक बढ़ाया जाएगा। इससे उन्हें बड़े उद्यम बनने और हमारे युवाओं के लिए रोजगार सृजित करने का आत्मविश्वास प्राप्त होगा। विवरण अनुलग्न घ में दिया गया है। गारंटी कवर के साथ ऋण उपलब्धता में पर्याप्त वृद्धि। सूक्ष्म और लघु उद्यमों के लिए 5 करोड़ से बढ़ाकर 10 करोड़, जिससे अगले 5 वर्षों में 1.5 लाख करोड़ के अतिरिक्त ऋण उपलब्ध होंगे। दूसरा, स्टार्टअप के लिए 10 करोड़ से बढ़ाकर 20 करोड़, जिसमें आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए महत्वपूर्ण 27 प्रमुख क्षेत्रों में ऋणों के लिए गारंटी शुल्क कम करके 1% किया जाएगा और उत्तम तरह से चल रहे निर्यातक एमएसएमई के लिए 20 करोड़ तक के सावधि ऋण। सूक्ष्म उद्यमों के लिए क्रेडिट कार्ड। हम उद्यम पोर्टल पर पंजीकृत सूक्ष्म उद्यमों के लिए 5 लाख की सीमा वाले विशेष अनुकूल क्रेडिट कार्ड शुरू करेंगे। पहले वर्ष में 10 लाख कार्ड जारी किए जाएंगे। स्टार्टअप के लिए निधियों का कोष। स्टार्टअप के लिए वैश्विक निवेश निधियों AIF को 91,000 करोड़ से अधिक की प्रतिबद्धताएं प्राप्त हुई हैं। इन्हें 10,000 करोड़ के सरकारी अंशदान से स्थापित निधियों के कोष की सहायता प्राप्त है। अब विस्तारित कार्यक्षेत्र और 10,000 करोड़ के नए अंशदान के साथ निधियों के नए कोष की स्थापना की जाएगी। पहली बार उद्यमों के लिए नई योजना 5 लाख महिला, अनुसूचित जाति और अनुसूचित जनजाति के उद्यमों के लिए एक नई योजना शुरू की जाएगी। इससे अगले 5 वर्षों के दौरान 2 करोड़ तक का सावधि ऋण उपलब्ध होगा। इस योजना में सफल स्टैंड अप इंडिया स्कीम से प्राप्त अनुभवों को शामिल किया जाएगा। उद्यमशीलता और प्रबंधकीय कौशलों के लिए ऑनलाइन क्षमता निर्माण कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किए जाएंगे। श्रम सघन क्षेत्रों के लिए उपाय। श्रम सघन क्षेत्रों में रोजगार और उद्यमशीलता के अवसरों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए हमारी सरकार विशिष्ट नीतिगत और सहायक उपाय करेगी। भारत के फुटवियर और लेदर क्षेत्र की उत्पादकता, गुणवत्ता और प्रतिस्पर्धात्मकता बढ़ने हेतु फोकस उत्पाद स्कीम कार्यान्वित की जाएगी। इस स्कीम में लेदर, फुटवियर और उत्पादों के लिए सहायता के अलावा बिना लेदर वाले गुणवत्तापूर्ण फुटवियर के उत्पादन हेतु आवश्यक डिजाइन क्षमता, घटक विनिर्माण और मशीनों के लिए सहायता दी जाएगी। इस स्कीम से 22 लाख व्यक्तियों को रोजगार मिलने और 4 लाख करोड़ का कारोबार और 1.1 लाख करोड़ से अधिक का निर्यात होने की उम्मीद है। खिलौना क्षेत्र के लिए उपाय। राष्ट्रीय खिलौना कार्य योजना के आधार पर हम भारत को वैश्विक खिलौना केंद्र बनाने के लिए एक योजना कार्यान्वित करेंगे। इस योजना में क्लस्टरों, कौशलों और ऐसे विनिर्माण इकोसिस्टम के विकास पर जोर दिया जाएगा जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप उच्च गुणवत्ता वाले ऐसे अनूठे, नवीन और पर्यावरण अनुकूल खिलौने मिलेंगे जो मेड इन इंडिया ब्रांड का प्रतिनिधित्व करेंगे। खाद्य प्रसंस्करण के लिए सहायता। पूर्वोदय में हमारी प्रतिबद्धता के अनुरूप हम बिहार में राष्ट्रीय प्रौद्योगिकी उद्यमशीलता और प्रबंधन संस्थान स्थापित करेंगे। इस संस्थान से पूरे पूर्वी क्षेत्र में खाद्य प्रसंस्करण कार्यकलापों को पुरजोर बढ़ावा मिलेगा। इसके परिणाम स्वरूप 1. किसानों के उत्पादों के मूल्य संवर्धन के माध्यम से उनकी आमदनी बढ़ेगी और 2. युवाओं को कौशल प्रशिक्षण, उद्यमशीलता और रोजगार के अवसर प्राप्त होंगे।
विनिर्माण मिशन मेक इन इंडिया को आगे बढ़ाना। हमारी सरकार केंद्रीय मंत्रालयों और राज्यों के लिए नीतिगत सहायता, निष्पादन कार्य योजनाओं, शासन और निगरानी फ्रेमवर्क उपलब्ध कराकर मेक इन इंडिया को आगे बढ़ाने के उद्देश्य से लघु, मध्यम और बड़े उद्यमों को शामिल करते हुए राष्ट्रीय विनिर्माण मिशन की स्थापना करेगी। इसका विवरण अनुलग्न अंग में दिया गया है और यह जो इसका जो जलवायु अनुकूल विकास की प्रथाओं को ध्यान में रखते हुए मिशन स्वच्छ प्रौद्योगिकी विनिर्माण को भी सहायता प्रदान करेगा। इसका उद्देश्य घरेलू मूल्यवर्धन में पर्याप्त सुधार करना, सोलर पीवी सेल, ईवी बैटरी, मोटरों, कंट्रोलरों, इलेक्ट्रोलाइजरों, विंड टर्बाइनों, अत्यधिक वोल्टेज वाले ट्रांसमिशन उपकरण और ग्रिड स्किल बैटरियों का हमारा इकोसिस्टम तैयार करना होगा। तीसरे इंजन के रूप में निवेश। अब मैं तीसरे इंजन के रूप में निवेश की ओर बढ़ती हूं, जिसमें लोगों में निवेश, अर्थव्यवस्था में निवेश और नवाचार में निवेश शामिल है। लोगों में निवेश। सक्षम आंगनवाड़ी और पोषण 2.0। सक्षम आंगनवाड़ी और पोषण 2.0 कार्यक्रम देश भर में 8 करोड़ से अधिक बच्चों, 1 करोड़ गर्भवती महिलाओं तथा स्तनपान कराने वाली महिलाओं और आकांक्षी जिलों एवं पूर्वोत्तर क्षेत्र में लगभग 20 लाख किशोरियों को पोषण संबंधी सहायता प्रदान करता है। इस पोषण संबंधी सहायता के लिए लागत मानदंडों को समुचित रूप से बढ़ाया जाएगा। अटल टिंकरिंग प्रयोगशालाएं हमारे बच्चों में जिज्ञासा और नवाचार की भावना उत्पन्न करने तथा वैज्ञानिक सोच को बढ़ावा देने के लिए अगले 5 वर्षों में सरकारी स्कूलों में 50,000 अटल टिंकरिंग प्रयोगशालाएं स्थापित की जाएंगी। सरकारी माध्यमिक स्कूलों और प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्रों पीएचसी के लिए ब्रॉडबैंड कनेक्टिविटी। भारत नेट परियोजना के अंतर्गत ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में सभी सरकारी माध्यमिक स्कूलों और प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्रों को ब्रॉडबैंड कनेक्टिविटी प्रदान की जाएगी। भारतीय भाषा पुस्तक स्कीम। हम स्कूल और उच्चतर शिक्षा के लिए भारतीय भाषाओं में डिजिटल रूप में पुस्तकें प्रदान करने के लिए भारतीय भाषा पुस्तक योजना कार्यान्वित करने का प्रस्ताव करते हैं। इसका लक्ष्य विद्यार्थियों को अपने विषयों को बेहतर ढंग से समझने में मदद करना है। राष्ट्रीय कौशल उत्कृष्टता केंद्र। जुलाई 2024 के बजट में घोषित की गई पहलों की दिशा में कार्य करते हुए वैश्विक विशेषज्ञता और भागीदारी के साथ 5 राष्ट्रीय कौशल उत्कृष्टता केंद्रों को स्थापित किया जाएगा ताकि मेक फॉर इंडिया, मेक फॉर द वर्ल्ड विनिर्माण के लिए आवश्यक कौशलों के साथ हमारे युवाओं को सुसज्जित किया जा सके। इस भागीदारी में पाठ्यक्रम डिजाइन, प्रशिक्षकों का प्रशिक्षण, कौशल प्रमाणन फ्रेमवर्क और आवधिक समीक्षा को शामिल किया जाएगा। आईआईटी में क्षमता का विस्तार। 23 आईआईटी में विद्यार्थियों की कुल संख्या में 100% की वृद्धि हुई है, जो विगत 10 वर्षों में 65,000 से बढ़कर 1.35 लाख हो गई है। वर्ष 2014 के पश्चात शुरू की गई 5 IIT में अतिरिक्त अवसंरचना का सृजन किया जाएगा ताकि 6,500 और विद्यार्थियों के लिए शिक्षा को सुविधाजनक बनाया जा सके। IIT पटना में छात्रावास और अन्य अवसंरचना संबंधी क्षमता को भी बढ़ाया जाएगा।
सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस,
शिक्षा हेतु
सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस इन AI
शिक्षा हेतु AI में उत्कृष्टता केंद्र मैंने 2023 में कृषि, स्वास्थ्य और धार्मिक शहरों के लिए कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता संबंधी 3 उत्कृष्टता केंद्रों की घोषणा की थी। अब 500 करोड़ के कुल परिव्यय से शिक्षा हेतु कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता संबंधी एक उत्कृष्टता केंद्र स्थापित किया जाएगा। चिकित्सा शिक्षा का विस्तार। हमारी सरकार ने 10 वर्षों में लगभग 1.1 लाख स्नातक और स्नातकोत्तर चिकित्सा शिक्षा सीटों को जोड़ा है और यह 130% की वृद्धि है। अगले 5 वर्षों में 75,000 सीटों को जोड़ने के लक्ष्य की दिशा में आगामी वर्ष में मेडिकल कॉलेज और अस्पतालों में 10,000 अतिरिक्त सीटें जोड़ी जाएंगी।
75,000 seats in the next 5 years. Daycare cancer centers.
सभी जिला अस्पतालों में डे केयर कैंसर केंद्र स्थापित किए जाएंगे। हमारी सरकार अगले 3 वर्षों में सभी जिला अस्पतालों में डे केयर कैंसर केंद्रों को स्थापित करने की सुविधा प्रदान करेगी। वर्ष 2025-26 में 200 केंद्र स्थापित किए जाएंगे। शहरी आजीविका सुदृढ़ीकरण। हमारी सरकार शहरी गरीबों और कमजोर समूहों को